all his rights. And I don't think he really wanted to see his parents, because even now he like doesn't tell them what happened.
No.
Your Honor, the derogatory berating of my services in this case, I can't effectively represent her. She doesn't trust me. She calls me a dud, I think, a buffoon, on and on and on and on. And no one should have to endure that type of derogatory comments and expect to effectively represent someone, especially in a murder case.
Ms. Boone, I read your letter dated August 26, 2023, and your letter dated August 30th, 2023. And just so we're clear, I read all of the letters that you send to the court. Whether I respond or not is based on what's in the letter and whether I'm asked to actually do something that's within my purview as a judge or not. If I understand correctly, you have now decided that you think it would be best, in fact, if Mr. Bankiewicz was allowed to withdraw. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, Sarah Boone, Sarah Boone, Sarah Boone. Welcome to Parawoman Radio, everyone. I'm Amy. The little bird finished his treats during that intro, I guess. He should be over here any minute to say hi. I've got this little co-host on my lap, Miss Maybellini, and the little bird is flying around. He should be over. So today we're going to talk about Sarah Boone. If you haven't heard of Sarah Boone, I don't know where you've been, number one. But Sarah Boone lives in Florida, and she zipped her boyfriend up into a suitcase playing hide and seek and forgot him and went upstairs and went to sleep, and he suffocated. But it was unintentional, she says, a million times. Unintentional, unintentional, unintentional. But today we're going to watch the actual body cam of the police responding to her 911 call. So we'll listen to the 911 call. I also found a video that shows inside of Sarah Boone's apartment. So we're going to look inside of her apartment and see what it looks like in there. And then we're going to watch the initial body cam of the police officer who responded. So let me share all of this with you guys. This is Parawoman Radio, and I'm Amy. If you could give this live a thumbs up, it helps us dance out into the algorithm, party out there, and bring more people back to the party. It's just a fun way and a cool way to help me out, and it's so appreciated. Okay, first we're going to listen to the 911 call, and then we'll go and look into her apartment, and then we'll start the body cam footage. Let me see. Okay. I want to say hi to everybody before we start. Hi to all my new members. I'm so happy to have you here. Hi to all my old members. You know I love you. And if you like my content, if you would subscribe, that would be amazing. And if you could ring the bell, that tells you when I upload or go live. So here we go.
911, what is the location of your emergency? 4748 Branch Court, apartment 3.
4748, what's the street name?
Also, I'll be stopping this video to talk in between it. So if you want to watch a video of solid, just like her 911 call or anything else, just go to my my uploads and you'll find them there, where I won't be stopping and starting. But today I will be stopping and starting because I'm doing the live.
Branch, FRANTD.
And the apartment number?
3.
Is this a police or medical?
My boyfriend is dead.
Okay, send the line for the fire department. Do not hang up.
Okay, that is just a weird thing to say. My boyfriend is dead. And her not even asking why.
emergency? That's 32.
No, please don't leave.
4748 France Lane, apartment 3,
France Court.
France Court.
Yes.
Okay, is this near
Could she sound any more annoyed? I like annoyed, like France Court. I don't like her, you guys. I don't.
Drive?
I don't know where that is.
Okay, fine, okay.
It's Hillwood Park Apartments.
Okay, 4748 France, correct?
Correct.
All right, great. Now tell me exactly what happened there.
My boyfriend and I were playing last night, and
Mm-hmm.
I put him in a suitcase and we were playing. And
Okay.
like kind of hide and seek kind of thing. So I fell asleep and I woke
Sorry,
up and
guys.
he
I'm trying to
was
fix
dead in the suitcase. I don't know what
my-
happened. I don't know what happened.
Right, okay, what's your apartment number?
3.
Apartment 3?
Yes, like he has like blood coming out of his mouth, and I don't know if like he had like an aneurysm or what happened.
Right, okay, all right, okay. Listen, we're getting help out there too. All right, okay. Okay,
And now?
okay, yeah, man, listen, we're on our way out there. You're at 407-716-8684. Okay, is he hanging from somewhere or what, ma'am?
No, I pulled him out of the suitcase. I tried giving him CPR.
Okay, so he was in a suitcase?
Yes, and I fell asleep.
Okay, how old is the
42.
boyfriend, ma'am? 42-year-old male. All right. Okay, we're sending help out there. Sheriff's Officer way out there?
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
sorry?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Listen to me. Okay. I just need to confirm this. No, right. I understand. I just need to confirm this. Is he awake at all? Is he conscious at all?
No. He's purple.
Is he breathing?
No.
All right. I need you to get him on the floor, flat on his back for me. Okay.
I did. I tried giving him CPR.
All right.
I tried giving him CPR.
Yeah. Okay.
But nothing happened. He's purple.
Okay. Listen to me. There's a defibrillator available. I need you to get it for me. Okay.
What is
You
it?
have an AED available?
No.
All right. You're right by him now.
I'm sorry?
Are you right by him now?
Yes.
Okay. Lay him flat on his. Okay, ma'am. Listen. So listen. Is he cold and stiff?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he's not necessarily cold, but he's stiff. And he's
Right.
purple.
Okay. All right. Listen to me. Listen to me. I want you to lay him flat on his back for me on the floor,
I did.
removing the pillows. Okay.
Yes, I did.
All right. Okay.
He's stiff and purple.
Right. Okay. Listen. Okay, man. That's fine. We're still going to do compressions on him. Okay. All right. Place the heel of your hand on his breastbone, right in the center of the chest, right between the nipples.
Yes.
Put your other hand on top of that hand.
Baby, I'm telling you. Just by looking at him, you can tell.
Okay.
Please. Okay, he just gurgled.
Okay, so we all know, or if you don't know, dead bodies can make a lot of noises. When I worked, I was a transport at the hospital when I was a senior, and taking the dead bodies down to the morgue was just like a nightmare for me. Having to be alone in an elevator, and I wouldn't look back because I was warned that sometimes they move, and I was just like, I cannot see this type of thing. I couldn't even the babies you had to carry, and I just couldn't do any I wouldn't do the babies. But yeah, so I can imagine that maybe she had said that she had done chest compressions before calling 911. I don't think she did. And I don't even think she's going to do them. She's about to start pretending like she's doing them, but I don't think she's doing them. Tell me what you think. Do you think she's doing them? Because if you've ever done CPR, I used to have to take the classes for being a social worker. And when you are doing CPR, you get your breath. You can't even breathe. And she's just chatting away, Miss Chatty Annoyed Kathy.
Okay. Listen to me. All right. I want you to place the heel of your hand. Okay, right between his chest, right between his breastbones.
Yes.
Put your other hand on top of that hand.
Yes,
we want to pump his chest to me hard and fast. Going to this twice per second.
I'm doing it again.
Okay, no, just keep on pumping. That's all you need to do for me. Keep on pumping his chest for me. I don't need you to stop and talk or anything. I just want you to count out loud for me, okay?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This is missing.
Okay, ma'am, just keep on pumping his chest. That's all you need to do for me, okay?
Yes. Come on, please. Hurry up.
Okay, ma'am, they're driving here as fast as they can. Okay, don't stop to say hurry up. Just keep on pumping and counting.
I'm still doing it while I'm talking to you, okay?
Okay.
Still doing it.
All right, just continue pumping his chest. Count on a second count with you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Please hurry.
Okay, ma'am, they're getting there as fast as they can, okay?
He's stiff and he's purple.
Okay. Keep pumping his chest for me,
I
ma'am.
have questions about Stiff and Purple. Is it possible to bring somebody back from Stiff and Purple? I'm not really even sure why she's doing this. It's probably what she's thinking too. But can you bring somebody back from being Stiff and Purple?
I'm still doing it, okay? Still doing it. Just don't make me count.
Right, okay, that's fine. Just you're doing a good job. Just keep on doing it for me. That's all right. They're getting there as fast as they can, along with the sheriff's office also, okay?
Please.
Okay. Keep on pumping, ma'am. 1,
We were playing hide
2,
and seek.
3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2,
I
3,
think
4.
when she said we were playing hide and seek, I think she thought he said what happened.
Keep on pumping for me, ma'am.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Believe me, I'm doing it, okay? We were playing
Okay.
hide and seek.
Okay.
It's like,
All right, I
okay,
understand.
then. I have questions, but I'm not
All
going
right,
to
keep
ask.
on pumping for me, okay? Okay.
Please hurry. This
Right,
is
okay.
horrible. This is horrific.
Yes, it is horrific, Sarah. It's very
What
horrific.
happened?
I can't even imagine.
Like, what happened?
You zipped him up
Okay,
in a
ma'am, just keep on
suitcase,
pumping his
Sarah.
chest for me, okay? They're in the parking lot. They should be up there shortly, okay?
I'm still doing it, okay?
All right, okay, good. And you found them in a suitcase, you said?
Yes. We were playing hide and seek last night. I fell asleep. I think they're here.
Right, just keep on pumping his chest until they take over,
I
okay?
am.
Okay.
I am.
Okay.
I just envision
am.
Sarah sitting there with a drink because we know she made a drink of Dr. Pepper and whatever alcohol she put in it. And because her ex-husband said so. And I just envision Sarah sitting there just like, please hurry, with her drink, maybe like pressing him with her big toe. Please hurry. I just don't think she's doing it.
Okay.
Open. Come in. Can I stop pumping now?
First
Let
thing
them
she
take over
says,
for you,
can I
okay?
stop pumping now?
When was the last time anybody saw him? Last night. We were playing hide and seek. He hit another. It's okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's been down too long. There's nothing we can record there.
Hello, ma'am.
So,
And so we're there, obviously.
All right.
yeah, no, he's my boyfriend. He's your boyfriend? Okay. Does he have any kind of medical?
No, not that I know of.
Okay, so if you want to watch that in its entirety, I have it over on my page. So that was the 911 call that Sarah Boone gave. And we're going to watch the police as they get there, their body cam. But before we do that, I found this interesting little thing that Ashley Banfield did where somebody's living in our apartment now and they didn't know what had happened in her apartment. And they said like all the neighbors were staring at them and they didn't understand what was going on. And then finally they realized that they are renting the apartment that Sarah Boone murdered Jorge or George. I hear his name George and Jorge, so I'll probably be going back and forth. Torres live together. So let me show you their apartment so we kind of get a little idea of. I could play the actual video too if you're interested in that. I have that up on my page. That's very traumatizing, that video, but I'll show you the video of inside her apartment. Okay. Okay. Because I kind of wondered what it looked like inside of her apartment. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I kind of wanted a visual on it, and we got a visual on it. Banfield shared the story, and here we go.
That when they moved in, they were ecstatic, right? It's their new condo, it's their new place. There's nothing like moving into a new place, fresh start, get to put your stuff wherever you want, rejig stuff. And that was probably how this nice young couple felt when they moved into their place in Winter Park, Florida. And then it was like really weird because the neighbors were giving them strange looks. But whatever, right? Okay, we're new in town. Maybe that was why. Who knows? Till eventually one of the neighbors said, you're really brave moving in there. To which they responded, what do you mean? And that's when they learned the truth about their really
What
hot
do you
new
mean
place that they
I'm
just moved
brave moving into my new
It was
house?
a murder scene. Yeah, it was a murder scene. It was the place where police say Sarah Boone zipped her
Would you have a problem moving into a home that somebody had been murdered in? I wouldn't. I could do it. Only, I think because I was a paranormal investigator and I'm not really too scared of that stuff. I don't really like it. I don't appreciate it. I don't want it. But I could live in somebody's apartment or home I could live in the Watts home. I could do it. I would do it if I had money.
George, right there, into that suitcase in the corner of the room, and then laughed and taunted him and videotaped it as he slowly had the life snuffed out of him, suffocated, died in that suitcase. Tonight, for the first time, I'm going to take you inside that home because those new tenants have been kind enough to invite us in and show us where, in fact, this happened, because it was news to them that that's where they were living, and that's where they are living. Not only that, but we have something else that's exclusive and new for you. That's Alex Capriello on your screen right there, walking into that murder scene. But the first person that Sarah Boone called when she awoke from her drunk stupor, and this is her story, not mine, as police told us, first person she called when she came downstairs from the drunk night and realized that Jorge was, dead in the suitcase, was not 911. It was her ex-husband. And so tonight, for the first time, he's talking to us. And we have some exclusive reporting on what that ex-husband said about the conversation, and said about Sarah, and said about the child that they have together. I want to bring in that intrepid reporter, News Nation correspondent Alex Capriello. He is live from outside of that crime scene tonight. Man, oh man, you get the goods. I just saw you knocking on that door. They invited you in. You have exclusive first-time access to this murder scene. So just start there. Start with the walking me through the scene that you walked into, and tell me what they told you.
Yeah, it was a bit surreal, right? Coming to this exact spot, knowing what happened here. We've seen the videos on TikTok and obviously on News Nation as we've covered this story, but actually being here and walking through that door was a completely different experience. The Garcia family actually lives here right now. They moved in September 2021, about a year and a half after Sarah Boone was arrested. This apartment stayed vacant all that entire time, and it wasn't until after they moved in when all of a sudden neighbors started approaching them saying, hey, do you know what happened here? And he joked to me. He said, what, did somebody die? Actually, yes, that's exactly what happened. So I got a chance to go inside this apartment, look at it myself, compare it to the videos that we've been seeing online, that infamous now cell phone video that police have that shows George Torres suffocating inside of that suitcase while his girlfriend, Sarah Boone, was just taunting him, laughing, and actually seeing it firsthand, Ashley, is completely different. But kudos to the Garcia family. They're really braving it out. They are following this trial very closely now. They've been watching all the videos on TikTok. They're watching News Nation right now as we speak, and all this coverage, because now they are way closer to this case than they probably ever would have imagined.
I can imagine what it would have been like, and it's very kind of the Garcias to let us take a look. As you know, a crime reporting show, it's very important to try to get as close to the story as possible. So much appreciated. I want to just rerun some of the sound for any of our audience who A, has seen it. It's incredible when you see it again, and B, for those who haven't seen it, what Sarah Boone is alleged to have done as she's holding the phone and videotaping her boyfriend Jorge zipped into the suitcase as he begs for his life. Let's take a look at that.
I can't breathe, babe. Seriously.
Yeah, that's when you do when you choke me.
Sarah. Sarah. Sarah.
It's really hard to hear him beg. And you can even hear his shortness of breath. It's just, it's the most horrific thing. It's just horrific to do that to somebody. She lives very close to me. I'm going to try to attend the trial live. Hey, Dallas, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I'm okay. I'm starting to feel better finally. I feel like I turned a corner yesterday, and, you know, Mercury retrograde's gone. Saturn retrograde's going to be gone pretty soon. New moon in Scorpio. Yes, I'm that foo-foo kind of girl that follows the stars. But yeah, I'm starting to feel better, and I hope you're feeling well too. Nice to see you here. Thanks for stopping by.
Sarah, I can't breathe, babe.
That's on you.
Sarah, I can't breathe.
It's on you.
Sarah.
She's so drunk too. You can hear it.
Real ransom. Might want to get video for it extra. Because I got this.
Sarah.
Real ransom.
Sarah. Sarah, I can't breathe, babe.
Oh. That's what
What
I feel
I
like when you
can't
ching on me.
figure out is, I know we're looking at this so we can see inside the apartment, and I was trying to fix something when we were looking inside how it looks now. But hold on, let me find it. Where are the stairs? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Where the frick are the stairs?
He joked to me. He said, "What, did somebody die?" Actually, yes, that's exactly what happened. So
Okay,
I got a chance to go.
This must be the front door. Is this the front door? I don't know. The suitcase was right here, wasn't it? Yeah. So the suitcase was like, can you see when I'm moving my, I don't know if you can see. I wish I had a pointer. But the suitcase was like right next to where the table would be, to the right of the table. There was no table, obviously.
Go inside this apartment, look at it myself, compare it to the videos that we've been seeing online.
Okay, so all right, so she must have had the suitcase was here, and it looked like she was filming kind of around here. But where the frick are the stairs? Isn't there an upstairs? The stairs must be to the right in the back that we never get to see.
Now, cell phone video that police have that shows George Torres suffocating inside of that suitcase while his girlfriend, Sarah Boone, was just taunting him, laughing, and actually seeing it firsthand, Ashley, is completely different. But kudos to the Garcia family. They're really braving it out. They are following this trial very closely now. They've been watching all the videos.
I would love to go there and interview them. I wonder if they would let me interview them. I can dream and I can hope. And maybe I can bring it to you.
TikTok, they're watching News Nation right now as we speak, and all this coverage, because now they are way closer to this case than they probably ever would have imagined.
I can imagine what it would have been like, and it's very kind of the Garcias to let us take a look. As you know, a crime reporting show, it's very important to try to get as close.
Okay. So that was a little look inside of the Sarah Boone home. just kind of get an idea what it looks like. I still would really like to know where the stairs are, but I mean, I guess I could like look at the apartment or the condo complex and get a layout. I'll probably do that. So we're almost 30 minutes into it, and I haven't started the police body cam footage yet. And I'm just wondering if I should make that a whole entire different live and just kind of like do Sarah Boone updates, because the body cam footage is going to be 41 minutes, and I do want to stop and talk. It'd be a little over an hour long. I don't think that's too bad. I'm not really sure what people think. Like when I see lives, if they're really, I guess if they're under an hour and a half, I'm willing to go in and look at them. So I don't know. Let me see if I can see another look into Sarah Boone's house. Let me just look real quick. I know you can't see what I'm doing. Only me. That's another thing. I can't tell if people prefer me to be in front of the camera or not being in front of the camera. Like, which do people prefer? Do you like to see the person that's talking, or do you not care? Let's see. Let's just go in and look at the suitcase today. We'll go in and we'll look at the suitcase and see what's up. And I will tomorrow or the next day do the body cam footage. Because I really want to keep this to about 45 minutes today. Did I share this? No, I didn't. Okay. It would mean a lot to me if you guys would give this live a thumbs up, and consider subscribing to my channel. It's a free way to help my channel out. Also, if you could tell me, like, what are you interested in seeing? What cases are you interested in seeing? And in the cases, are you interested in the 911 calls? Are you interested in the body cam footage, the court cases, just everything? Are you interested in everything? What do you want to see? Because I want to bring to you what you guys want to see, because I enjoy doing most everything that I'm doing right now. So can't go wrong with that. Okay.
911, what is the location of your emergency?
It's Monday, February 24th. There's a crisis at the home of Sarah Boone, prompting her to call 911.
Is this a police or medical?
My
My
boyfriend is
boyfriend is
dead.
dead.
Okay, send a line for the fire department. Do not hang up.
The fire department takes over the call, and for the next few minutes, officials are obtaining critical details about what happened.
Now tell me exactly what happened there.
My boyfriend and I were playing last night, and I put him in a suitcase and we were playing. And it's like kind of hide and seek kind of thing. So I fell asleep and I woke up and he was dead in the suitcase. So I don't know what happened.
Okay, is he hanging from somewhere or what, ma'am?
No, I pulled him out of the suitcase. I tried giving him CPR.
Fire and rescue instruct Boone on how to give chest compressions.
Just keep on pumping. That's all you need to do for me. Keep on pumping his chest for me. I don't need you to stop and talk or anything. I just want you to count out loud for me, okay?
31, 32. Please hurry.
Okay, man, they're getting there as fast as they can, okay?
He's dead and he's purple.
EMS arrived within minutes and advised Boone that her boyfriend, Jorge Torres, had been down too long and there was nothing more they could do. Boone explained she and Torres were drinking the night before and thought it would be funny if he got inside of a suitcase for a game of hide and seek. The next day, deputies returned and arrested Boone and charged her with second-degree murder in Torres's death.
I'm a little shocked that they didn't arrest her that day. right? Why didn't they arrest her that day? I wonder.
Boone's story about a childhood game gone awry unraveled when investigators say they found video on her cell phone showing Boone taunting and laughing at Torres while he was struggling to get out of the suitcase. Police say he was yelling he couldn't breathe and asking Boone for help. According to police, Boone was captured on video saying, "That's what I feel like when you cheat on me." When confronted with the video, officers say she told them she didn't remember those
Which
moments.
is pretty ironic because she cheated on her ex-husband, Brian, with Jorge.
But to investigators, those moments add up to motive for second-degree murder.
Oh, they probably didn't arrest her that day because they hadn't yet got that footage. They hadn't gotten it off her phone yet.
It's really a bizarre case, a lot of strange circumstances, but it's for real. And that video does exist. We're going to take a look at it in just a moment. Well, let's bring in our special guest joining us to talk about the case. Mark Eiglarsh, criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor, and you can check out Mark and his law firm at speaktomark.com. That's Mark with a K. All right, Mark, there's a lot of bizarre parts of this. Let's watch the video together. We're going to show a piece of that video just to give folks an idea of what investigators looked at before they came to these charges, and then let's talk some more about it. Let's take a look.
Oh, good. Oh, good. This probably will answer my questions. Why wasn't she around? Oh, man, I'm hungry, you guys. Have you ever been hungry during a live and you're like, I just want to eat? That's all I want to do right now.
Sarah. That's my name. Don't wear it out.
That's my name. Don't wear it out.
Sarah, I can't breathe, babe. Seriously. Yeah, that's when you do and you choke me. Sarah.
Trust me.
All right, and the video goes on much longer. We're just going to show a piece of it here, but that's what you do when you choke me, when he's talking about he can't breathe, and then later on she talks about that's what happens when you cheat on me.
Cheat on me.
First of all, your reaction to this entire situation where he's in a suitcase, she's recording, and they're having this conversation.
I'm going to be completely honest with you and say something I've never said in hundreds of TV appearances. I swear to you, I hoped you canceled me so I wouldn't have to relive what that guy went through in a suitcase. I thought I had covered all the worst ways to die. Well, I can't imagine what these jurors are going to think of that woman.
I thought about that. Can you imagine laying there? Like, how long did it take? Because she put him in at 11-ish, and she like didn't call 911 until 1 or 12 or 1 the next day. So, what a horrible way to die.
Did not assist him in getting out of that suitcase when he said he couldn't breathe. This is hard to watch.
So I'm going to go to get in the suitcase, though. I mean, I don't think she forces him in there. I mean,
she doesn't.
He's got to voluntarily. So
she
how
tricks
does that?
him in there.
How does
you
that
know what
impact
it kind of reminds
charges,
me of
mental state?
I can't think of the woman, but she's in jail now or prison now. But she tricked her husband into playing a game where she blindfolded him, and I think she handcuffed him too, and said they were going to like do different touches or something like that, or feed him food or something like that. I don't know, but then she stabbed him, and then said she called 911, but she didn't call 911, and then she put him in the car and she drove him all around, and finally he like jumped out of the car and got help. But yeah, that's what it reminds me of. I can't remember the name of that case.
Ability if he voluntarily gets into that suitcase, and I guess she's got to zip it because you got to zip it from the outside.
That's why she's only charged with second degree as opposed to first degree murder. What they have to show here in Florida is that she had a depraved. So it wasn't intentional, but it was reckless. It was a reckless disregard of human life or property. In other words, she didn't know for sure.
Hold on, you guys. Hold on a minute. I lost something. There it is. Sorry, I'm gonna have to. I don't know what I did. I made that into a whole new screen. So I gotta find it for her. I'm sorry. Okay. I created a whole new screen for it, and I couldn't flip back and forth. So the things I do.
So I want to go to get in the suitcase, though. I mean, I don't think she forces him in there. I mean,
she doesn't.
He's got to
She doesn't.
voluntarily. So how does that impact charges, mental state, culpability if he voluntarily gets into that suitcase? And I guess she's got to zip it because you got to zip it from the outside.
That's why she's only charged with second degree as opposed to first degree murder.
Mm-hmm.
What they have to show here in Florida is that she had a depraved. So it wasn't intentional, but it was reckless.
Yeah, so she is just doing second degree murder. I think the second has to happen because he's sitting there begging her to let him out. So she is responsible. Though in her interrogation, she's not intentional. Not intentional. It was not intentional. Not intentional. Not intentional.
It was a reckless disregard of human life or property. In other words, she didn't know for sure he was going to die, but she didn't really care, is what they're going to argue.
Now, I listened to her voice. In her statement, she said they had been drinking. I mean, she sounds absolutely like she'd been drinking, but I don't know what the toxicology said. Does that at all become an issue for either?
Have they released Jorge's autopsy? Because I'm wondering how drunk he was.
Side, does it help prosecutors? Does it help the defense? Does it tell this jury anything if in fact she's under the influence at the time all this is happening?
I think it helps the defense. It helped me as I'm analyzing the case, thinking that she's not a complete monster, that at least the alcohol helped explain, at least mitigate why she would ignore his passionate cries that he couldn't breathe, and also what might explain why she ultimately fell asleep and didn't rectify this. Now, that doesn't negate her guilt. It certainly mitigates it. And ultimately, I think that and other factors may lead to the state reducing the charge even further, maybe to manslaughter and giving her some extraordinary outcome, which includes prison time, but nothing like the life that she's facing.
Yeah, she's not going to get life, but if she would only let herself go to trial, she could start this, although she'll probably get time served. But geez.
So you're looking at this, and from your experience, you think this is one where prior to going to trial, that this is one that, hey, there's going to be some offers because this is such a unique set of circumstances and state of.
Do you think Sarah Boone will take any pleas, or do you think she has this deep need to go forward and be seen? It's hard to say. What do you think? I she has that deep need, but it just seems like if there was a good offer, she would take it.
Mind issues that this might be a negotiated plea here.
Absolutely. In other words, if I'm representing her, what I do is I put together a mitigation package and I make it very clear that there were circumstances that evidenced negligent behavior.
If she would only let her lawyers work, she's on lawyer
which
number
is
7.
manslaughter. So that would cap it at a maximum of 15 years in prison and 15 years of probation. That's the ballpark that I would want her in, not second-degree murder, because we go to trial on second-degree murder, she's getting potentially life. So you want to avoid that. I would argue for manslaughter and work out some term of years that's acceptable to the next of kin.
Now, you mentioned.
I'm wondering if they're going to take it to trial because Sarah Boone is so unlikable. She's extremely unlikable. We all have to admit, Sarah Boone is not a likable person. And I just wonder if they're not offering her any good deals because of it.
The passing out, right? That she and I think it's very possible she may have passed out because she does make a call in the morning to 911, right? When she wakes up. But when you pass out, the fact that she passed out from alcohol, does that play into any sort of a defense here, or is that in the same pile with the drinking mitigation?
I think you throw it in also as part of the defense. In other words, it wasn't reckless behavior, you would argue. She was just so already impaired that she wasn't all there. So how could she really be held accountable? Look, don't kill the messenger. That's what I would argue, but I would want to avoid making that argument. The prosecution would probably bring in their extensive history of violence where they've both been pretty nasty to each other. And that might play a role also. It's just so ugly. I think it's ripe for some type of plea bargain. I wouldn't air it out if I'm her.
Yeah, I think the part that really will be devastating in front of a jury is when she says, "That's what you get when you're cheating on me."
Yeah.
Right.
So not a good set of facts.
That's
and
how
worse,
I feel when you're
that she
cheating
lied
on
to
me.
law enforcement initially, tried to paint some type of picture, but for those 2 videos on her phone, I mean, delete, she might have committed the perfect crime. But they've got those videos, and now she's got.
Did she delete them, or did she forget she deleted them, or did she not even know she put them in there? What do you guys think? I think she possibly didn't even know they were there.
Criminal culpability. You can't argue it's a mere accident.
Although I think she would look at her. No, well, she called 911. The police showed up, so she probably didn't have any time to look at her phone. And I know her ex-husband Brian was there. She called him first. I watched the interrogation, which I'm going to share on another day, of Brian, and he said that he had been trying to call her because it was her day to have Lucas, her son. And he always has to call her repeatedly because she doesn't answer or she's passed out. So he started calling. He called her twice at 10:30, he said, and then he started at 11:30 and then 12:30. And then finally she called him back. But he was the first person she called. He arrived and she was making herself a drink, Dr. Pepper and whatever alcohol beverage. So that was what Sarah Boone was doing. I didn't know that second degree could get life, so she might get life. I don't know.
Right. And is she locked into that hide and seek story from the 911 call?
Oh, for sure she's locked in.
Well, she said it. She said it. Our attorneys can say, well, she was drunk when she said that. Now, upon reflection, here's what really happened. But look, these are bad facts. You put somebody in a suitcase, or they go into a suitcase.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so this was 2 years ago because they're not even talking about all the letters and the lawyers. And so this was 2 years ago that this happened. And Sarah Boone still has not gone to trial. They're having an October 30th hearing to see, because she's got a new lawyer, to see if he's up to speed, or she. No, it is a he. If he's up to speed. And December is supposed to be December, January. And I do plan on going to this trial. I plan on going to her apartment. I want to see where Jorge is buried, and we're going to go to her trial.
And ultimately, this would not have happened but for her unzipping that suitcase. The argument on the other side is, look, he did it voluntarily. They were playing a game. They were both impaired, and it is just a tragic accident. What do your jurors think? What does the court of public opinion think? That's pretty much what jurors may do in a case like this.
Yeah. Now, the other thing that she does say, though, is she says, this is like when you choke me. So is there any defense going down that road? Kind of like, I'm an abused not spouse, but abused girlfriend. And, I'm the victim of domestic violence here. And this was my way out of all of that.
She's 100% going to go that route. And she's also looking for some experts. They had, just before the sixth lawyer left, they were asking for a specific expert. And so they have to go back to trial for that because the next lawyer might not want the expert. So she really is shooting herself in the foot. She also said, the sixth lawyer said something really interesting, that she's not going to be happy with any lawyer. So she might as well just represent herself. And isn't the saying that if you represent yourself, you have a fool for, I hate these bangs, a fool for a lawyer, or a fool for a, I don't know, a fool for, I want to say customer, but that's not what you are. Client, a fool for a client. Sorry, my brain bleed. was acting up right there. I had a brain bleed and I forget words, like very common words. So anyway, thank you all for being here. We're going to watch the body cam tomorrow or the next day because we're at 45 minutes now. And I don't want my lives to go too long anymore for now. Anyway, my name is Amy Williamson, and this is Parawoman Radio. Thank you for being here. We're going to be covering the whole Sarah Boone case. We're getting caught up. We're going to start going to her court cases and maybe try to get some interviews from people that knew her or maybe even her. I don't know. I've said it publicly that I don't like her, so I'm not sure if she'd want me to interview her. But anyway, that's my plans. I really am so happy that you guys are here. If you could give this live a thumbs up, if you could consider subscribing, please do so. And if you do, please ring the bell. And I'll see you next time. Thank you guys. Bye.
All his rights. And I don't think he really wanted to see his parents because even now he like doesn't tell them what happened.
No.